everything had unfolded so quickly that the detectives were still trying to play catch up. And people wanted answers, too, during all of this. Why did he kill her? Was this spontaneous rage? Was it planned? What could have happened in just 5 weeks to provoke something so brutal? The community was completely stunned. This wasn't the kind of crime that anybody ever expected in their quiet little corner of Sydney. But slowly and surely, the detectives gathered every piece of evidence, every message, every timeline detail, and a clearer picture finally began to take shape, because what they found was not only that this was not an isolated incident, but that this had very carefully been crafted and planned. The first thing that the investigators discovered was that Lily's murder had without a doubt been planned. Now, the exact moment where Paul ultimately decided to kill her is up for debate. Was it the moment that Lily ended things? Was it when he discovered that she had talked with an ex? Which, it's unclear, to be honest. It could have been a little bit of both. But on the morning of Lily's murder, Paul was seen on CCTV at a hardware store near his apartment. And what do you buy at a hardware store? A hammer. He walked up and down the aisles, picking up all of the different hammers, testing the weight, even mimicking a striking motion with the hammer, literally rehearsing a kill. He ended up buying one that he liked, but that hammer wasn't used in the murder. Different sources say that the actual weapon came either from the school or from his roommate's toolbox, but everybody agrees the store-bought hammer apparently was not the murder weapon. Which, I don't know, maybe he realized that he was being filmed, maybe he panicked. Either way, it's clear that the intent was certainly already there. And his planning didn't just stop with the weapon. Paul had made sure that Lily went into the exact bathroom that he wanted, the one that he had practiced himself forcing his way into. And he did this by placing that cleaning sign on the other door, just funneling her straight into his trap. And as the investigators dug deeper, they realized that Paul wasn't at all who he presented himself to be. His obsessive behavior with Lily, it wasn't new. It wasn't isolated. I mean, back in the gap between graduating high school and moving back to Australia, Paul had been in a very short relationship with another woman. She's kept her identity private, but she did come forward to talk about what she went through. And just like with Lily, the relationship was only a few months long. But Paul did not handle the breakup well at all. She too ended things with him because she was scared of him. He demanded her full attention. He got angry when she didn't give it. He insisted on being front and center in her social media, which in today's world is basically kind of like a way of claiming ownership. A lot of people will call it a hard launch, but then a lot of people in toxic relationships, it's like you have to always have me front and center on your socials so people know you're taken. It's just very toxic. And every time she tried to break up with him, he pressured her into staying. At one point, she blocked him and she stopped sharing her location with him, but when she did that, he literally flew from Australia back to the Netherlands just so that he could confront her about it. Being able to track her was something that he was fixated on. Eventually, she just reached her breaking point and she told him that it was over, which at that point, he snapped. He punched a tree that was right next to her head, saying that he hit the tree because he couldn't hit, quote, what he really wanted to. Now, thankfully, she took that as a very dangerous warning and took it for what it was, like this is a threat, and she held firm and didn't let him manipulate his way back into her life. But even then, he didn't stop. For the next 2 days, she kept seeing him standing outside her family's home, staring through the fence slats into the kitchen window while she was inside. Like, straight up horror movie behavior, stalker behavior. Her dad finally caught him on the second day and chased him off with like a cricket bat, but that was the only thing that made him leave her alone. And the parallels between what he did to her and what he did to Lily, I mean, they're undeniable.